All righty, we're back. It's the next challenge. We got a small room this time, and I think some things have changed in the challenge. It's my understanding they're not going to do the webinars anymore. They're going to use those habits of health calls that Dorothy has always been so good about covering with us as the webinars to keep people engaged with the bio network. Is that the way you understand it, Dorothy?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. We're going to have a small room, but I like a small room. We all get to talk more to each other, and it seems to get to be, we get closer. When it's everybody, you have to go back and look for comments and things like that. But we may still have some more people join. Who knows? Colleen, you're going to be ahead of your dad this time because he didn't get points yesterday. I know. Look at him. He's thumbing his nose.
They wouldn't let him in.
Yeah, Marsha.
No. Excuses.
Colleen stopped it.
Well, maybe I usually at least miss one day, so.
Let's see if I can get this to go on here. All righty. So I'm glad to see that Dick made it into the challenge. When I went to do the coaches today, I didn't see Dick anywhere and in the room, and I wondered what was going on with that, and that got fixed before we even had our Zoom tonight. And for the new people who are in the room, and Dorothy, congratulations for getting 2 new members of our team, Cindy and Kim. Kim hasn't been in to get her points yet. Does she know how to do that? Have you been able to connect with her?
No, I have not been able to get a hold of her. So
okay.
I left a message for her.
Mm-hmm.
She's computer knowledgeable, but if she's somewhere where she can't do her points,
mm-hmm.
She's working on getting her mom's house ready to sell downstate. So I don't know. I didn't get a hold of her.
Well, we'll work on that in time. And Kim, if you watch this video tomorrow, all of us are available to help you learn how to get those points. And starting with our little gathering of friends, love wholeheartedly, be surprised, give thanks and praise. Then you will discover the fullness of your life. I thought I would make tonight's little share about yourself about Thanksgiving. And you can pick one, or you can go through them and share as much as you want to. When growing up for Thanksgiving, we always had the tradition of family getting together, pretty much the same food we cooked when my mother cooked for Thanksgiving. We still cook every Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving I remember most would probably be the first one that we had when, Luce made it. When we first Thanksgiving Tony and I had with our family, that was kind of special. And this Thanksgiving I will be spending it with the middle daughter up in Orlando, and we're going to have Tony's son and daughter-in-law and Lisa here to share this year that we didn't have before. What I'm most grateful for today is pretty much just peace, peace and getting better and doing better and enjoying being alive. What I most want to share tonight is I'm really grateful to all y'all. Through a bad time, you have made it easier for me. And that is me starting. Who would like to go next?
I will.
Go ahead, Marsh.
When growing up for Thanksgiving, we always had a huge family Thanksgiving because there was so many of us. And then when they got married off and their children and stuff come back, we cooked for days. The Thanksgiving I remembered the most is the first time my father sent us down. There was a turkey farm down the road from us, and they cut a hole in my sister's and my pocket, and they put corn in it. And we held it closed until we got down by the turkey farm where the turkeys were, and then a turkey would follow us home. And, we'll be spending this Thanksgiving at the Fellowship Hall with the people here at the Mary D. And I'm most grateful for today that Dick is doing a lot better. He seems to be getting his blood pressure under control and things. And I just want to share most with everybody tonight how great it is to have such great support with family and friends. And I love you all.
Oh, thank you. Dick, you want to go next?
Yeah, Martha, you want me to cut a hole in your pants? You can get us a turkey.
There's no turkey farm.
Huh?
That's
I enjoy Thanksgiving when the people are around. I mean, I love turkey, but I love people too.
we know that.
That's all.
Do you have a Thanksgiving you remember most, Dick?
No, I don't. I didn't have it like my wife did, for God's sakes.
Uh-huh. And where are you going? You're spending Thanksgiving at the Fellowship Hall. Fellowship Hall
Right.
is really nice.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for years, and it's
Mhm.
yeah, I love it over there. I actually got to do Thanksgiving there one year. That's nice. And you want to share anything today with us, Dick?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll be there to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
For the ball.
How was your trip with the kids? You guys all just met, didn't you? Somewhere in a house?
October.
Where did we meet, Marsh?
Down at the Manatee River,
Wow.
down,
yeah,
down on the Gulf Coast.
I'm sure that was a blast. Colleen, you want to go next?
Enjoyed it a lot. The only thing I didn't like is I couldn't see the water like I did the year before.
Aw.
When growing up for Thanksgiving, we always had the tradition of making Christmas chains, where we make chains to count down the days till Christmas. And last couple years, when my brother comes, usually on he's coming Friday after Thanksgiving because he's got to work Thanksgiving. But when he comes, Connor's saying gobble gobble. So when he comes on Friday, my sister and me and him and Connor and my nieces, if they're around, we'll all make Christmas chains. Connor.
Cool. We saw him last year. We saw your Christmas chains.
She is heavy. You shouldn't try to pick up the dog. She weighs 60 pounds. And I don't really have a specific Thanksgiving I remember most.
Mhm.
But I do want to say that there were several Thanksgivings where I spent in the military away from my family, and I am very thankful that my military family made Thanksgiving not too bad for being away from family. And then this
What does the
Thanksgiving,
military, I would ask, what does the military do for Thanksgiving?
no, we always just had like Thanksgiving dinner, just like everywhere else, and sometimes people would host it, and we would go to, if we were single soldiers, we'd go to, sometimes like a married couple would have soldiers over, single soldiers would come over, sometimes just a whole bunch of single soldiers would get together and make dinner, but I mean, it was always nice just to at least have kind of that family.
Yeah, that's what you said, your military family.
Yep.
Huh.
And I'm still very close friends with a lot of people I served with, so
Yeah.
they're like my siblings, some of them like I never asked for, but
Is that it?
I'm very grateful today for my family, my little man and my husband and my parents, and that Dad's doing pretty good right now, and my sister for being a wonderful sister and so helpful.
Yeah.
And that is it. I'm going to mute.
Okay. Dorothy.
Well, I can remember family Thanksgivings, especially when I was younger. My grandmother and grandfather came for Thanksgiving, and my grandmother was a lot of fun. Part of her personality, I'll tell you what she taught her bird to say. She taught her bird to say, "Buddy is a shit pot."
Buddy.
She's funny, but anyway, but specifically, I remember one where my husband and his friend, who owned a racehorse, traveled approximately 5 miles from his house to our house on the horse, and stuck it in the window by my grandmother and scared the living daylights out of her. But Thanksgiving is all about getting together with families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you guys are getting together at your house, all your kids?
Yeah.
So you'll be busy cooking?
We're all bringing something.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
My daughter-in-law's parents are bringing the turkey and the stuffing, so I'm taking care of the other stuff.
Cool, cool.
And Dawn's bringing brownies, of course, because everybody loves brownies.
Yes, we all love brownies. Is that it?
I'm not going to eat any, I promise.
Okay, you'll do better than me.
I have my brownies, my
Metafast brownies.
Medifast brownies. And they're my go-to for everything.
I hear you there. I think Lisa, it's her chocolate, her soft-baked chocolate chip. She loves those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How many boxes you got, Lisa?
I have 10 boxes I need to return.
She over-ordered. She got an order she wasn't counting on. Well, you run out in 30 days, so you might need to get on that. Is that it, Dorothy?
Yeah.
You guys, what are you most grateful for today?
Oh, Lord. Wow, my health, I guess.
There you go.
You know, it's wonderful to be healthy.
It's the most important thing, actually.
Yeah.
Lisa, want to share?
Oh, I can't think of any special tradition other than we always got together and had the traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving I remember most was the first Thanksgiving that I actually cooked a turkey because being in the military, we had a lot of get-together meals, so I never really hosted, and all the times we got together and maybe hosted the single soldiers, I never had to cook the turkey. And so I remember the first year that I cooked the turkey, I called Mom, and I had to ask her all kinds of questions, and you know, she helped me out. But in the end, when my husband went to carve the turkey, he was like, just couldn't carve it. Turns out I had cooked it upside down, so the breast was on the bottom.
Favorite turkey.
It was edible though. And then now I can pretty much count every Thanksgiving that my daughter will call me and ask me some culinary question too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of something I always look forward to. And this Thanksgiving I will be spending with family for the first time in far too long. I will say I can't even begin to count years. But so this is going to be great to have Thanksgiving with Mommy, Poppy, cousins, family, and it's going to be really special. And I actually had some news to share that I didn't want to share here, but my house in Alabama burned down yesterday. So today I'm grateful that I wasn't in it when it burned, and my dad wasn't in it when it burned, and we're okay, and it's all going to be all right. So I just have so much to be grateful for today. I couldn't even begin to count. But I do lead a very blessed life, and I appreciate all of you because you're a part of the blessed life that I lead.
Can I share the funny that happened?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Lisa told me this story over and over again, I might add, that what made her able to get up and get out of the dark hole she was in is one of her psychiatrists, I'm remembering, told her that if you think you can't get out of the bed, but if your house was on fire, would you be able to get out of the bed? And she said that just struck a chord with her. And that made her know that she actually could do something about her situation, and she could get up and function. And so her example to me when she's talking about something is she always says, my house is on fire, my house is on fire. So that means she's got problems and it's driving her into a dark hole. And now that's my signal to jump in there and help her. And so she calls me yesterday and she says, my house is on fire. And I said, what's wrong? What's wrong? She said, no, my house is on fire. What's going on? What's happening? Because I think she's going in the dark hole. She says, no, my house is really on fire. It took us just a little while to get beyond that little conversation that we all had.
It's funny.
But yeah, that
Oh.
was funny.
Oh.
All right, so welcome to the Holiday Challenge, the 4 weeks. It officially began on the 21st. Weigh-in did begin on the 19th, and weigh-in ends on the 4th. The challenge ends December 18th, which is 2 more days after that. That's the day the points end. I looked to see what was going on with the other teams. It looks like that we have, I'm going to have to get out of here because this has got me blocked on this thing here. Okay. So the little team that always beats us, they're already ahead of us. We have an average of 288. They have 316. And we have 220 teams, but we're already in 3rd place. We'll probably end up in 2nd again. We have the water bottle shot contest going on. Do the water bottle and then take and post it on the challenge wall. Lisa uses her water bottle that she got from Take Shape for Life all the time. I think everybody pretty much understands how everything happens in the challenge. We may need to throw some help Cindy and Kim's way, but Dorothy will take care of that, I'm sure. Let me stop share a minute and go back because I don't think I shared it with sound. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So let's go back to that. No. Okay. The invite to contest, I don't know if anybody keeps up with what that is and what really comes out of it, but as you invite people, they are contributing meals to children who would otherwise be starving. Fedner was deserted by both his parents when he was just 2 years old. His grandfather tried to take care of his grandson, but already had 10 people living in his small home. The family walked 2 hours every day to get water. They ate whatever they could find, and Fedner's grandfather worked hard to grow bananas, beans, corns, and yams by hand. It wasn't enough. Food was always scarce. Fedner was severely malnourished. He grew increasingly ill. By 4 years old, his eyes, face, and feet were painfully swollen. Each of his ribs stuck out visibly. What changed? Fedner was changed from starvation and provided with healthy, nourishing meals by feeding my starving children. Each year, Feeding My Starving Children provide hand-packed meals specifically formulated for malnourished children to orphanage, schools, clinics, and feeding programs. Their meals have reached at-risk children over 70 different countries. So what you're doing is actually benefiting kids around the world. At least 6,200 die from starvation every day. More than 229 million Feed My Starving Children meals were produced, and nearly 900,000 packed meals reached their intended target. So now let's get down from that. Were you guys all aware of the good that came from this?
Yeah.
Yes, but it's always good to hear.
Yeah,
Yes,
after every challenge, I go in and look at what the tally is in terms of what got contributed because of the challenge, because it is so big. In inviting, if you do not have the names, I have put the names out that people can use for their invites. And when a new challenge starts, I don't know who really doesn't have them because the names really haven't changed. But you can access the list of names by going to the Huddle Up. And Dorothy, have you put Kim and Cindy in the Huddle Up?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And if you go where it says files, y'all can see where I'm at right there, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then you go email contacts for challenge right there. And you can use all of those names for your invites every day. And they'll always be there in every challenge right on the Huddle Up page. So you don't have to go looking for them. This is good because you can just copy and paste. Does anyone have any questions about that? You can see where to find them?
No, but thank you. I wasn't even aware.
Yeah, well, I thought I would cover that today. Tony's been driving me crazy wanting his names, you know. So we took care of that. Now let's go back to the PowerPoint. And next, we're going to cover the total energy expenditure, the T. I personally think that if this is intended, this is how we transition people out of the MetaFast 501 program. Once they reach their weight, maintain it for 2 weeks, we calculate their T, then we increase their calorie intake till we reach what it is that they need to maintain the weight that they want to stay at. But it's my feeling that if you can get the number that you really should be eating every day, and you are in the weight loss process, that this should be able to be reversed to help you get to where you want to be and then maintain that. If you know how many calories you should be eating a day and you eat more than that, then you obviously know what the end result of that is going to be. So your T is determined by adding 3 figures: your basal metabolic rate, your physical activity level, and the thermic effect of food that you eat. BMR is the largest energy user, accounting for 60 to 75% of your daily expenditure. PAL ranges, your activity ranges from 25 to 30%, and your thermal effect that food has on your body takes up to 10 to 15%. Basal metabolic rate is the energy you use for your body's basic needs. Even when your body is at rest, it's using fuel to breathe, grow, circulate blood, adjust your hormone levels, repair cells, and perform other functions. Typically, BMR is the largest portion of the T energy equation because the energy required by these basic functions remain fairly consistent. This number doesn't tend to change much. Physical activity level is the energy you use when you move, playing tennis, walking to the store, chasing after a dog or a child. You have control of this number, and you can change it quite a bit depending on the frequency, duration, and intensity of your activities. The thermal effect of food is the energy your body uses to process food. Digesting, absorbing, transporting, and storing food all takes energy. About 10% of the calories you use each day. For the most part, this number stays steady. Option 1, Dorothy.
Okay. This is a shortcut, and this is what I use, is that you take your current rate times 11 calories, and that's approximately what you would need, but you've got to multiply it depending upon your exercise. So you would multiply by light exercise, moderate exercise, or heavy. For example, the 162 pounds times 11 would be 1782 in calories, times the 1.2 if it's light exercise. So you would have 2138 would be your calorie level per day. And I also wanted to interject. If you go to the team wall, I've got the notes here somewhere. If you go to the team wall and you look up and under the important resources, recipes and meal planners, check under the meal plans, and it will tell you how many calories and give you an idea of menus for 5 days. Also, a breakdown of how you should eat those calories for your total amount. Like I'm at 1,800 calories, and it actually breaks it down really good. And you can pull that up and print it. And that's right on the challenge wall under the team, and then under important resources, which would be on our team page. Like on the right hand side, you'll see the rules and all kinds of things. Well, in there is important resources. So click on that. And then recipes and meals plans. So recipes are going to come up first, but then there's 3 little categories. You go to the second category, and that's your meal plan. And then that will give you a printout. And I mean, you can actually get a printout of 5 days for your calorie amount, telling you what to eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. It's beautiful.
Good.
And that's for people who aren't doing the 5 and 1. And the recipes are also for people doing the 5 and 1. It's their lean and green. Is that not correct?
Right.
And I guess we can add to that the eating 30 minutes after you get up, eating every 3 hours to keep that calorie intake level so your body doesn't go into starvation mode. There's a lot to be learned here. Yeah, this is an investment definitely into your health. That was good, Dorothy. I would add that the 162 pounds, the 1,782 calories, that's the amount of calories you would eat to maintain 162 pounds. So if you wanted to be less than 162 pounds, then that's how you would reach that calorie intake. And this is why, even though this is how we transition people from the 501 once they've lost their weight, and I think it's the one place most of us fail at is the transition. And once we get that transition straight, that's when I think we all will finally reach our goal weight and be able to maintain it. Transition is so important. But I think we can use this formula to lose weight in the first place, because if we know what we shouldn't exceed, then, yeah.
Excuse me. I just wanted to interject this one thing. A pound of weight is 5,000 calories.
3,500.
3,500?
It's 3,500.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. And that's good to know that it takes 3,500 calories, right, to gain a pound. So on the option 2, this is harder but more accurate way to calculate your T. But like Dorothy said, this is not going to make that much difference in terms of what the end number is. We have all done it. It gets very close. And it just depends on how. Hi, Jennifer. Can you hear me? Anyway, so you can see how they go about it. You can see how detailed it is. And you do your weight, your height, your age. So you can really zero in on what a more accurate number is. But in reality, an easier thing to do would to be use one of the calculators that's online. So when you get that energy balanced and you know how many calories you need to be eating to maintain the weight that you want to maintain, then that would be the target you would be hitting every day. Anything less than what it would take you to maintain your weight would be weight loss to you. So you can always know how to go. There is this is cute. There is a T calculator that's out there, and it works really easy. So if you take somebody, let's take like my age. I have to really turn this a lot. Well, how old am I, Tony? I'm 67 now, right? I would love to weigh
like
3 pounds. And then you go to what your height is. Then the intensive exercise, I'm guilty of none of that. The moderate exercise, when I was being really good, we'll use that. I was good for an hour and a half easily every day, between riding my bike, going to the gym, golfing. And then light exercise, that would be like housework and stuff like that. I'm good for at least 6 hours of that in the course of a day.
Yeah.
And then standing and walking, it's probably at least another, let's say 4 hours. And then sleeping, I'm good for like 7 hours. So you can see they're taking all those factors that we talked about, and then that leaves me sitting another 5 hours in the day. And that's probably really right. But this is a really active lifestyle. It's not one that I maintain. So I would never want to eat that many calories every day, maybe on the day that I exercise. But I will post this calculator inside the room, so anybody that wants to do a calculation of what it is that they should be eating, we will take care of that with that calculator. Any questions there or any comments anybody wants to make?
The calculator's nice.
It is, and they've gotten to where they're really, you don't even, but I still agree with Dorothy. The fastest and the best way is to take that time.
I opened my mind. I opened my mind and it's gone.
Huh?
I said, I opened my mind. I don't know where it went.
Oh, you're, did it go away, honey? Okay.
Did we hear from Tony about Thanksgiving?
Did
Yes.
we?
Yes.
Did we?
Missed it, yeah.
All right.
Did you? I don't.
And these are our parting thoughts tonight. Can everybody hear it? Can you hear it?
Oh, God.
The only thing that's going to make you happy, my friend, in this year or any other, is to step up. It's to raise the standard. It's to discover what you're capable of and feel that incredible power of pushing through whatever's holding you back and get to the other side of more of your true self. That's what this game's all about.
When you step into your fears and continue to push yourself to go on, something happens for you.
If you look at somebody who's really successful and you think, wow, I mean, they're so amazing, they're such a genius, you gotta dig underneath and you gotta remember something. People are rewarded in public for what they've practiced for years in private.
If you don't develop the courage to do that which has been given you to do, and you spend a lot of time going around trying to convince other people or trying to get their approval, what will happen is that you will lose your nerve. And other people will convince you that what you're doing doesn't have any value, and you'll give up on your dream. How much time do you have left? How much time do you have left? When you start thinking about that, we don't know. Most of us don't use the stuff that we have brought into the universe. Stop wasting valuable time. If you want something, you have got to be relentless. You've got to learn how to become resourceful. You've got to learn how to become creative. The power to hold on in spite of everything, the power to endure. This is the winner's quality. The hunger, the ability to face defeat again and again without giving up. This is a winner's quality. What this power is, I cannot say. All I know is that it exists, and it becomes available only when a man or a woman is in that state of mind in which he or she knows exactly what he or she wants and is fully determined not to quit until they find it. There's greatness in you, and you've got to learn how to tune out the critics outside and the critic inside. I'm going to harness my will, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. I deserve this. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. You are unstoppable. Live your life with passion, with some drive. Most of us go through life with our brakes on, holding back. Decide that you're going to push yourself. You've got to focus on you. And as you convince you, as you sell yourself every day, you will begin to see a difference in the things that you're doing. Selling yourself on your ability to perform a job, to achieve a certain objective. Telling yourself every day, here I go again. And I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me.
So that's it. folks. Let's go out there and kill this. Let's do something great this time. I want to make this my best challenge ever.
Sounds good.
And I thank everybody for coming tonight.
Okay.
It was good to see everybody finally.
It is, yeah.
Happy
Well, I
Thanksgiving.
never make it because it's usually like it's bedtime at 8 and we're getting ready for bed, but tonight we were ready early, so.
That was really cool. We were so happy to see you. Do you want to stay on and talk with Mom and Dad?
No, I actually got to get little man ready into bed, but